This week, a hot new bombshell.
After bombshell after bombshell.
Bombshell.
A lot of stories were
revelation.
tracking, including an absolute bombshell.
About a bombshell.
There was a major new bombshell.
Unbelievable.
Bombshell conversation.
Reality Bombshell.
Hello and welcome to Reality Bombshell, the comedy podcast that investigates the not true crimes of your guiltiest pleasures and examines reality TV through a true crime lens. I'm Ariel, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm your resident reality TV historian.
I'm Ben, my pronouns are he, him. I'm the skeptic turned co-conspirator.
Together we connect clues, follow the drama, and unpack all things reality TV, one case at a time. Do you want to just get right into what we're obsessed with this week?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm obsessed with Maya Hawke on Amy Poehler's podcast, Good Hang.
Okay.
And Amy Poehler asked her, because Maya was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
right,
if her mom, who is Uma Thurman,
Thurman,
had any advice when working with Quentin Tarantino, and Maya's response was, keep your shoes on.
No!
Which is
Saw that
crazy.
One coming. Yeah.
Crazy. And, like, it was so off the cuff. So it was clearly a discussion that they had.
I mean, I have so many thoughts on Quentin Tarantino. I don't know that we need to get into it. I'll just say I'm not a fan. Oh man, but that man's foot fetish. He's just out and proud about it at this point.
It is not a secret.
It is prevalent.
I feel like it was a secret. It was like a hush hush thing for a minute, and now it's just like everyone knows about it. And we're just talking about it.
Yeah, it's like you can't watch a movie without a Quentin Tarantino movie without being reminded that he likes feet.
There are feet everywhere.
Everywhere. Just long shots of feet on a dashboard.
Sure.
Yeah. Have you heard of Chivegate?
No.
Chive 11?
No.
Okay.
Please enlighten me.
This is exciting. I'm actually really glad I thought you might have heard of this. Okay.
I'm out of the loop.
So this is on Reddit.
Okay.
So while you bring the TikTok weird things,
yes,
I bring the Reddit weird
things.
Okay,
cool.
So there is this Reddit community called Kitchen Confidential.
Okay.
Which is like kitchen
It's not
people.
related to the book.
What book?
Anthony Bourdain's book of the same name.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't think so. Maybe.
Okay.
It's the same vein. It's like kitchen people.
Sure.
People that work in kitchens. Line cooks, chefs, what have you.
Cool.
Talking about what it's like to work in a kitchen confidentially.
Yep, sure.
So, this guy posts, like about a month ago, started posting chopped chives every single day until Reddit says they're perfect. So it'd be like day 2 of chopping chives until Reddit says they're perfect. And every day people would like zoom in on like one chive that was like not perfect, and they'd be like, see you tomorrow, chef. So there were also like people would draw like a plane and then crashing into whatever chive was. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
On day 31, which was probably 2 or 3 days ago from now, people noticed some weird discrepancies.
Okay.
They saw similarities, someone pointed out, between day 31 and 23.
Okay.
So people were then like putting them side by side. It was like a whole thing. It was like this massive conspiracy. Like, is Chive Guy lying to us?
Whoa.
And he came out and apologized the next day and said that he had car troubles and he didn't have time to chop. So he had like kind of edited the photo and reposted an old photo after like flipping it. So his penance, as the Reddit community decided, was that he had to change his flair from Chive Lord to Chive Mountbatten Windsor because Prince Andrew just got stripped of his title.
Yes.
And is now just Mountbatten Windsor as opposed to
sure.
Prince Andrew. And to post the next day's chives in the shape of a cat named Chive, who also someone started posting a cat in the same. Yeah. So it was just absolute chaos. And they're calling it Chive 11.
How much time does this man have on his hand? Right. Clearly not enough because
like
he couldn't post on that day.
Because he couldn't, right.
But like...
every single day. What are you doing with all those chives?
I mean, certain restaurants. Like, that is the thing, having worked in restaurants, like you are doing the same thing every day. And maybe his job is just...
It was unclear whether his job is chive. Unclear whether like his job is chive or his free time hobby is chive.
Is chive.
That was, I think, yeah.
And does he grow these chives, or is he going out and buying chives?
I mean, he's got to be going out and buying them, which, like, golly.
But if he grows them, then like he just has
that makes sense.
Hand.
But is it chive season?
I mean, chives they're like onions. Like they just. I mean, they are of the onion family.
But he would have had to
have
had the forethought to grow chive.
I mean, maybe he's just a fan of chives.
Maybe he just really likes chives. So,
who truly, who knows?
Yeah, so
I will
There you
need to
go.
check
That's-
into
yeah,
into
please look into
Chivegate. So
Chive
he
Gate.
hasn't like completed this yet. He's still
No, because every time there's still like one that people notice.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This reminds me of something else I'm obsessed with. There's a guy on TikTok who he has a random number filter
Okay.
between 0 and 1,000,
Okay.
and he like blind puts them from 1 to 20,
Oh, yes.
and he does it every day until he does it correctly.
And he's never done it
And
correctly.
he's never done it. Well, I think he did it a while ago, and he's like restarting again.
That's hard. I've seen that kind of thing before, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Fun, senseless, dumb.
Exactly.
Entertaining.
I mean, like this podcast.
Recession indicator, you know?
Correct.
Reality bombshell.
All right. Today, we're going to be talking about 20 women, one bold-faced lie. They were told he was worth $50 million, but in the end, the only thing he was rich in was lies. Today, we're uncovering the truth about Joe Millionaire.
All right. I know nothing about Joe Millionaire.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
this
buckle in.
Yes.
So the cultural backdrop of 2003 that we're in here. It was the second season of American Idol.
Okay.
It was Clay and Ruben. That was the big,
yes.
Thing on Fox. This is also a Fox show.
Got it. There was a couple episodes ago where we talked about how Fox didn't have any shows,
Spawn,
and then
yes.
immediately after finishing recording, we were
You're
like,
like,
"Oh, here
American
are all the
Idol,
shows."
right, yes.
Yeah, right. So it's good to know that they also had Joe Millionaire.
Yes, exactly. iTunes launched in 2003.
2000. Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Britney and Madonna kissed at the VMAs.
Wow, I did not realize that was that long ago.
Arnold Schwarzenegger became governor.
Wow.
And reality dating competitions were all the rage.
Right. Because The Bachelor started up around this time.
Around this time, exactly.
Yeah.
So enter Joe Millionaire. Post-Bachelor TV, they wanted some higher stakes.
Okay.
And Fox delivered a love story built on deception here.
Like intention. You know what? I'll just wait.
Yep. So our people of interest today.
All right.
Mike Darnell,
Okay.
who was a Fox reality TV executive. He had a hand in American Idol, The Bachelor, The Voice, Family Guy, Futurama, essentially every Gordon Ramsay show. So you think you can
like
dance.
Bounce Networks?
He bounced networks,
Wow.
yeah. He did Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, Temptation Island, and many, many more shows. So he's a pretty prolific.
Wow. And is he still going?
Still going, still doing his
crazy.
thing. So he was known for pushing reality TV to its ethical breaking point.
We have Mike Darnell to thank for this podcast.
Pretty
It would
much,
appear.
yeah, truly. And, he saw The Bachelor's success and asked, what can we do to build upon that and turn it on its head? So he created Joe Millionaire as a morality test disguised as romance.
Okay.
And then we're also going to be talking about Evan Marriott, who was 28 at the time of filming. He is Joe Millionaire.
That's a tough 28.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
Evan, or Joe, was a construction worker.
Okay.
Cast as a Bachelor-type lead of the show to seduce and lie to women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So the concept is that he's not actually a millionaire?
Correct.
Got it.
So here's the whole
Okay.
setup and
Got it.
background to Joe Millionaire. So it's
Okay.
20 women who compete for the love of Evan Marriott.
Right.
Again, a construction worker pretending to be a multimillionaire.
But his last name is Marriott, so it's kind of a nice little...
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yep. It was filmed in a French chateau to really
Ooh.
sell the fantasy here.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yes. So the women sign up for a dating show. Like
Okay.
they know they are signing up for a dating show. They know nothing else
Okay.
about this.
Okay.
So they get there day one.
Wait, that's a fantastic concept. To watch them discover that they're dating a millionaire and then discover that they're actually not dating a millionaire.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
correct. So day one, they're told that Evan has inherited $50 million.
Okay.
And in reality, he's a construction worker that earns about $19,000 a year.
Woof.
2003
Yeah.
to 2025, do you want to guess what $50 million and $19,000 are worth in today's money?
19,000, I'm going to guess like 45K?
33.5.
Woof. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 50 million, I'm going to say 73 million.
$88 million
Wow,
today.
I'm really off.
Yeah,
Great.
not
Okay.
not too
Yeah.
far. So Evan plays the role. He lies about his wealth, and at the end, he's forced, quote unquote, I guess, to propose to whoever he chooses.
Right.
Only revealing the truth after the final choice.
Woof. Okay.
Yep. And there's a twist here that only Evan knows about.
In addition to him not having
In
money?
addition to
Okay.
him not having money,
Okay.
if the woman that he chooses stays with him,
Okay.
they split $1 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
that's
Evan's
so interesting.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
I mean,
right.
like, premise-wise, kind of interesting, but we'll get into, like,
Yeah.
psychologically what
Oh,
is going on here.
hundo P.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmare.
So Evan's, like, kind of incentivized here to pick a woman that will, you know,
Which is
believe in love and is not really interested in the money, which is, like, kind of the whole point.
so The Bachelor doesn't have money involved.
Right.
And they've done seasons of like an offshoot called Bachelor Pad,
Okay.
where you like paired up and competed and dated and whatever, and
Sure.
then you would split the money at the end. And it definitely completely changes the game because
Right.
you're not like
You're
The
not in
Bachelor
it
by itself.
for-
You're in it for a good love. quote
Exactly.
unquote.
And
I mean,
I'm going to ask you all about that
okay.
kind of later.
Okay.
Yep. The motive on Fox's end, you know, they're chasing Bachelor level success, but trying to add in like tabloid level shock value.
yeah.
And it was called a social experiment about true love.
Right.
And finances.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And it worked for Fox. Ratings wise, the finale had 38 million viewers,
Wow.
which was one of the highest reality TV events of the decade.
Was this a summer show?
It was a winter show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And we'll talk, they did a second season,
I was gonna ask.
both
but I
in
figured you'd tell me.
2003.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So it had, outside of the Super Bowl and like the lead out of the Super Bowl,
Right.
it had the highest viewership of any show that year.
Wow.
And it had the finale of Joe Millionaire had the highest viewership since the finale of the first season of Survivor, which was 3 years earlier.
Wow. Okay.
So it was a massive
success.
rating
Yeah.
success for them. So let's get into, you know, the crime. This is another, you know, similar to The Swan and Kid Nation, just like production level, premise wise, like the whole show is built around lying and deception.
I think that's pretty standard for all reality TV. Some just hide it better than others.
Well, I want to talk about, we'll get into how all this comes back, and I want to talk about that later. So, you know, there's fraud involved, there's emotional manipulation, and there's like some element of televised humiliation potentially.
Sure.
Because, you know, if they were to get to the end and the women aren't into him, you know, not for the money, then they're, you know, kind of accused of being gold diggers.
Sure.
Which there was some public discourse about that, of these women being mocked for gold digging.
Sure.
And again, the entire premise is hinged on deceiving contestants for ratings.
Right.
The woman that he picks, Zora Andrich, does accept him, and they stay together.
I'd love to see that reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Fox like totally expected that to happen.
Right. Right.
In several interviews, Zora discussed feeling pretty relieved when she learned that Evan wasn't a millionaire.
That's fair.
Because, you know, that level of
That's
money
a lot
is a lot.
especially back then. I mean,
Yeah, and especially
yeah.
like coming from a different level of wealth.
Right. Right.
Which she, you know, wasn't that.
Right. That is a
is
lot.
a very,
yeah.
It's intimidating.
And not just like 1 or 2 million, like
50 and back, I mean,
88 million. Yeah,
like,
right. No, that's a lot to contend
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
They do wind up splitting several months later, but
Yeah,
they
shocker, but-
split the 50,
Oh, but they ended up getting the cash prize.
500,000
Oh,
each.
that's
Yeah.
great. That's
Yep.
great.
The women reportedly weren't paid actors. They were, you know, just given modest stipends for being on the show.
Oh, they were. Wow. Okay.
Yep, meaning they were essentially emotionally exploited for free.
Well, they were given stipends.
Small stipend. I mean,
Yeah,
like
but-
similar to.
Like The Bachelor, you don't get anything. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It when the bar's on the ground,
Sure.
like a small stipend looks pretty nice.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Psychological. I mean, as with any dating show that we know of, psychological manipulation was baked into production. There were no phones, limited sleep.
Sure.
The contestants were being surveilled the entire time.
You're talking one-on-one with a producer all the time. Because
Exactly.
you have like they're called ITMs in the
Yeah.
moments, and they're
Yeah.
and like the talking head cutaways. They're like trying to get stuff out of you and learning all these things about you. It's like they're pretending to be your friends, but they're actually heavily manipulating you.
Correct. While Zora felt that, you know, she was relieved that Evan wasn't a millionaire, some of the other contestants revealed in post-show interviews that they were betrayed and humiliated
That's fair.
because they were lied to this entire time.
Yeah.
Fox defended the premise as harmless fun.
Yeah. Is it harmless? I don't know. But were they betrayed? I don't know.
So that's what I want to get into here. The entire show being built around a lie.
Yeah.
This puts Joe Millionaire on my personal Mount Rushmore of
Okay. Okay.
fully unhinged crazy reality shows.
Sure.
With The Swan, Kid Nation, I Want to Marry Harry, which is also based on a total lie. And
I don't know that
We'll
We'll
cover
cover
that
it. Yeah,
another
great,
day.
Great.
Have you ever taken a psychology class?
No.
Cool. I'm going to take us all the way back to high school AP psychology.
AP Psych. Nice.
We're doing it. In psychology, there's something called the IRB, the Institutional Review Board, which was implemented in 1974.
Okay.
And there are some very famous experiments that happened before the implementation of the IRB,
Sure.
like the Milgram experiments, which were it was the 1960s, and Milgram was a psychologist who, had a interest in the Holocaust and why
Yeah.
Germans, just
Went along with
everything. And that experiment was centered around if there was a quote unquote teacher who told someone to do something, even if it hurt someone else, would you just continue to do it?
Right.
Kind of unethical in a experiment setting.
Right, but in a vacuum, interesting.
Correct. Yeah. Also 1971, the Stanford Prison Experiment, which is a very famous experiment as well. Both of those experiments happened before the implementation of the IRB.
Sure.
And would probably not pass the sniff test today.
Sure.
In a post-IRB world.
Sure.
Having to go through all of these institutional reviews.
Yeah, good.
So all of those things on my personal Mount Rushmore.
Would they pass the IRB?
That's kind of what I'm asking here. Of they're all early 2000s big shock value shows.
Right.
And I feel like we don't get those as much anymore. What happened in the, late 2000s, early 2010s to calm us down, I guess?
Yeah, it was like the Wild West out there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we were just fully going for shows that were this show again is based around a total lie.
Yeah.
And it was just okay to lie to everyone.
When did the line shift?
When did the line shift? And The Swan being based around, plastic surgery and just
that
changing somebody. It would never fly today.
I think Kid Nation would have flown today.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know. You're right. Not with millennials being parents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what was the shift? Is that we weren't in a recession then.
No.
Or maybe we were post.com bubble bursting.
Yeah.
So are these recession indicators that we're just
But we haven't gone back to that.
Right.
I think.
But will we? Is what I'm asking.
My thought is that it's gotten more hidden.
Sure.
So
okay.
Love is Blind
right.
was created as a quote unquote social experiment.
Sure.
They proved that love is not blind within the first season, or maybe I'll give them second.
I
third
never
season.
got through the whole first season, so please enlighten me.
And this latest season that just happened, if I'm not mistaken, not a single couple actually got married.
Interesting.
And that's the whole thing is you get to the end and you get married, right? Okay. Whereas the first one, a good number of them got married. And the first season was interesting because nobody knew what was going to happen.
Right.
But then as it continued, people became more aware of you can almost see them self-producing on the show to make sure that they look good on the show,
okay.
right? So I think that those quote unquote social experiments have become more ubiquitous.
Sure.
And I think social media plays a massive role. But that's still too late for the switch from Kid Nation to now.
Right.
I mean, what year was Kid Nation?
2007.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit after this and The Swan. But
yeah,
not
maybe
by much.
social media really did make a big.
I think that's possible.
Suddenly people were actually sharing their thoughts.
Right.
So blogs were talking about things,
True.
and there may have been some conscience.
Right.
Things.
And I mean, I know with Love is Blind, there was a whole, all the contestants banded together and they were trying to form a union recently.
Oh, that makes sense. Because the conditions that a lot of these shows they live under are just as bad.
Right.
They're a different kind of social experiment.
It's
how much can I break
reality
these
TV
people?
is a social
consistently
experiment.
A social
and that's kind
experiment.
of
what you're getting at.
Here.
Yeah. I mean, Housewives even I think is a bit of a social experiment.
100%.
Because I think I've talked about this, but on The Bachelor you're either a villain or a hero.
Yeah.
But on the Housewives it oscillates a lot.
Totally.
And how does the internet react to or the audience, let's not even just say the internet, the general audience react to like a character this season, and then you learn that her husband was cheating on her all last season, and then suddenly it changed. You know what I mean? It's all
Right.
very human interest, I guess.
Totally.
But no, that show would not have flown. Well, I don't know. Do you think Joe Millionaire could have been made today?
So it did.
It did. Okay.
Again. So yeah,
Okay.
there were 2 seasons.
I assume the second season was filmed before the first season came out, so nobody knew the twist.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, let's talk about that. So there were 2 seasons that both aired in 2003.
okay.
Joe Millionaire was like January through March or April,
yeah.
probably. And then the next Joe Millionaire was aired at the end of 2003.
Okay.
And they cast only English-speaking European women who probably had never
seen the
this.
show.
I mean, it's the same kind of thing as like, have you seen Jury Duty?
No.
That it's not a reality show, but a sitcom kind
Right.
of, based around one person thinking they are just, signed up for jury duty, and they think that they are in a real trial,
Oh.
and everybody else around them is an actor, and
Oh.
the whole trial is
It's completely staged.
completely staged.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's what
But they
that was.
haven't filmed a second season yet.
Because who's going to sign
Because
up
who's
for
gonna
it?
sign up for it? Because
knowing
everybody
the-
knows that it's
Right.
so. This
With
is
Google, especially.
right, exactly.
You
Now
just
that,
Google the show and
Right,
you'll find
right,
out
right.
what the yeah.
But then they came back in 2022
Oh,
for a reboot called Joe Millionaire for Richer or Poorer.
that's
And-
a mouthful.
Yes, it is. And for that one, they tried to modernize the lie. So there were 2 Joes,
Okay.
one who was rich and one who was poor.
Woof. Okay.
Yeah. So there was no, like, the twist. They weren't lying to the women because.
Did they
you just
tell
didn't
them
know.
one was poor?
They
and
told them
was-
one was poor and one
They
was
just didn't know
rich.
which one
They
it
just didn't know
was.
which one was which. So in that season, was one guy who I think worked on a farm or something, and then another guy who was worth $10 million,
Wow.
and he was actually worth $10 million.
Right. Right.
So that one was, it was just a which guy do I choose, and if you were in it for the money, you hope you are choosing.
She was
the,
getting the correct one.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there was no lying happening in that new season, so that's in that sense, it wouldn't fly today. Like it,
Right. It's the
they
blatant
revamped it.
deception.
It's the blatant, correct.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
I don't think that the deception could have happened today necessarily, but I don't understand why it stopped. That's a good
right.
question. Yeah.
I mean, I think reality TV was so new in the early 2000s.
That's true. I feel like as a society, we're all more cognizant of other people's feelings.
Correct. And I think nowadays we are realizing that, like, people on reality TV, for the most part, especially contestants on these types of shows, unlike Housewives,
Right.
are generally regular people.
Yeah, they're
and
just
not
like your average Joe.
celebrities.
Yeah, right.
Like, you or I could be, if we wanted to be contestants on these shows.
Right, right.
And yeah, it would be terrible to be lied to
Yeah,
the entire time.
right.
And
It's something you always see is like, well, you signed up for this.
right.
And I think that we're maybe getting a little bit away from that.
Well, they didn't sign up
Well, they
for
didn't
this
sign up for
specifically.
this. Right,
In
right,
Joe
right.
Millionaire
I mean,
was
like,
they-
in general
in
reality
general,
TV,
yes,
but yeah,
for
you're right,
sure.
they didn't sign
They
up
did
for
not
that.
sign up for this. They
Yeah,
signed up
that's
for
true.
a regular dating show.
That is
and
true.
were totally flung into something else.
That is true. I'm trying to think of like similar, like a modern day equivalent of that, but I really can't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there are any other reality TV shows out there that are just like, we are totally flipping the script entirely.
Yeah.
And I don't think there were any like laws put in place, but I think that somewhere along the line, somebody was like, okay, we need to
Right.
not do that.
Not
to
do
these
that
people.
anymore. Yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen the show Unreal?
I did watch that show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually did watch that.
I think there were like 2 seasons or something like that. I think I only watched the second one wasn't great. The first one was really good.
Sure.
And it's from a producer. It was created by a former Bachelor producer.
Yeah.
So it felt very real. And there were some things that were, I think, stretched. I mean, a contestant commits like suicide on
Yes, I
like
do
while
remember this.
filming or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So it doesn't get like, I mean, it's not like that. But
Right.
they're literally, the producers are sitting across from the contestant, feeding them information,
Yeah.
trying to taint the way that they view something, right? Like, I'm trying to think of an example in The Bachelor. Like, someone walks in on a intimate moment between the Bachelor and another contestant walks in, and everyone gets mad at them because
Sure.
they like ruin the moment. But it's because a producer said, "Hey, can you go grab so and so?" You
Right.
know what I mean?
The whole thing, it's not reality.
No, it's all
Right.
manipulated to get
Right.
the best TV possible. So yeah, I think that it's still, that kind of manipulation still exists. It's just like really hidden.
Right.
And then they're better at editing now, I think.
That's
So
very
they're
true.
really good at hiding the ways that they've manipulated these
Sure.
people.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
But that's my take. is that
Totally.
It's just, they're just better at it now.
We're just hiding it. It's not as blatant
Right.
as part of the. It's just this was part of the premise.
Yeah, it's
Part of
pretty
the
wild.
whole part of the premise is lying,
Yeah.
and I just don't think we see that. I don't think we've seen that since.
I also think part of it is you can only really get one season out of that.
Well, that is when they released the second one, the next Joe Millionaire, the one that aired at the end of 2003. Fox's head of entertainment, Sandy Grusho, stated that our instincts told us that from the very beginning, Joe Millionaire was a one-time stunt, and I think we got greedy. We tried to sneak it by the American public a second time, and we got called on it.
Yeah.
And the second season just kind of
And why would a
disappeared.
network put out a show that they can only get a single season out of? That's
right.
not in
It's
their
just not
best
worth it.
interest.
But the first season was so massive.
yeah. How do
So
you
it-
not follow it up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a question of like, is it worth our time to do this one thing if it's going to be as big as it is,
Right.
to never be able to do it again?
Right.
But also, why did 38 million people watch this show?
Yeah.
that's
Well,
centered
they
around
knew
lying?
they knew that the switch was right. So
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense that the finale was so huge. 'Cause people like wanted
to
to
know.
tune in to
Exactly.
see that specific deception.
Right.
Yeah.
So, judgments here.
Mm-hmm.
Is production to blame fully here?
Yes.
Does Evan share any of the blame for lying to all of these women, even though he was instructed to?
No, I don't think so, and here's why I don't think so.
Okay.
Because he was offered $500,000, potentially $500,000,
Right.
and he's making $19K.
Correct.
So it's in his best interest to go along with it, so he can get the money too.
You're not
I don't
wrong.
think that. I think that they're all victims. Also, I don't think he knew what he was signing up for either.
Probably not.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm sure he knew. Well, I mean, he knew about the lie, obviously.
Right.
But like, I don't know that he. I mean, reality TV was so new.
right.
Like, how could you? Yeah, no, production
no
is
one knew what
100%
they
to
were
blame.
signing up for, and probably in some sense, the producers didn't even know what they
They
were
did what they were
producing back
doing.
then.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
But they
everyone
knew
was
more.
flying by the seat of their pants
Right.
in 2003.
But if we're holding the producers of Kid Nation accountable, then we should be holding the producers
this is
of this show
fair.
accountable.
This is fair. Does Evan, like, is he any different than certain Bachelor or other contestants today, lying to just, be on the show another week? Because there definitely are. I mean, I
Well-
don't watch The Bachelor, so you can tell me. There definitely are some contestants on there who are just there for clout.
Well, all of them. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
especially at this point, post like 2015 when
Right.
influencers started becoming
Right,
a thing,
right.
you go on the show with like full
Intentions
intention
of
of
becoming
becoming.
an influencer.
There was on the Golden Bachelor's airing right now, and
Yeah.
there was a woman on there who was saying like, and then I'm going to do this and this and these things. I'm going to write a cookbook. I'm going to have all these things. Like,
Right.
she
It's
didn't
just
even
a springboard.
exactly. She's like not even into Mel,
Right.
and like just wants it's like, oh well, I've watched all of these people gain success from this. So I'll
Right.
get that.
Right. So is Evan any different from some of the more recent Bachelor contestants who are not in it for, the whole thing is to be on it for love?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, before social media was what it was, people were on the show. I don't know if I could really even say they were on it for love. They were on it for like the experience.
Sure.
Because like, what else are you getting out of it?
Fair.
You're not getting paid,
Right.
and it's not like
And it's psychologically damaging.
right. Yeah, exactly. You get to travel though. Like, I don't
Right.
think they really like leave the hotel rooms and stuff
Totally.
like that. But I think. Are we talking about post social media leads
Leads or contestants.
or contestants? I
And-
mean, he knew what he was doing.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's a tough. I think it's tough because people are going into shows like The Bachelor or Love Is Blind now with that intention of what's going to happen because they know what happens in reality TV.
Right.
Whereas Evan, right? Evan? Joe?
Yeah.
Joe Evan?
Joe.
Jevin, he did not... I mean, we can assume he didn't really know what he was getting into. I don't know. I think it's tough because it's like two completely different
Right,
worlds.
and like if he had said no to it, they would have found
Somebody
other
else. Yeah,
construction
right.
worker
And,
who
like-
was willing to lie to
right,
maybe
and
make
like
$500,000.
yeah, and it does make you wonder how into like if he was actually like, oh, I'm actually into this woman. You know what I mean?
I mean, they stayed together for a couple of months.
I mean,
and
a
then
lot of
split up.
Bachelor contestants don't,
Right, exactly.
because it's just you don't get to know the person
Right,
well. You're not really
and-
spending that much time with them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and your lives are so different.
Yeah.
And that's another question is like, how do financial... I mean, I feel like they don't talk about it. I don't know. You know better than I do, but like on other dating shows, do they talk about these financials
Are huge. Super important.
super huge in relationships.
Right.
Is that a discussion at all ever in any dating show? And obviously, like, they live in different... Like, I never understand dating shows because they live in different places.
Well,
How do you
like,
just, like, make it...
The Bachelor, you're put into this like utopian world,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
So
Like,
like,
it's
no, they don't
never
really
going
talk
to-
about.
yeah,
no.
it's never
But
gonna last
Love is
afterwards.
Blind. They do talk about that stuff. Love is
Okay.
Blind's actually very real, and they purposely cast people in the same city for that reason.
That makes sense.
So like everybody there was just a Philadelphia
I
season
did
casting.
see that,
So
yeah.
like you're dating someone that lives in your city.
Right.
So that does in theory take away a lot of the. Actually, I mean I think the idea of Love is Blind was to make it as easy as possible to fall in love on camera,
Sure.
with the caveat that you can't see them ahead of time.
Right.
But they do talk about finances a lot on that show because
Interesting.
I mean it is a
Right. And
you
that...
see them in real life. That's the difference.
Totally.
It's like you're watching them in their day to day. They're coming home from work and living in this apartment together.
Oh, I didn't realize
Oh
that was
yeah.
a thing.
So like the first couple episodes are them in the pods, right, where
Yeah.
they like get to know each other behind, and then one proposes.
Yeah.
They meet each other. They go on a vacation. And then they all
Interesting.
go back to like
Real
life,
Whoa, I
and
didn't
you
realize
watch
that.
their relationship in real life.
Oh, whoa,
So I think that's a
okay.
little different because
Yeah.
you're actually seeing like the
I mean,
real life consequences of.
That, like, of any dating show that I know is like
Yeah.
trying to set them up for success as much as
Right.
possible.
And there have been some incredibly successful couples. On
Right.
there. Yeah, I mean, so it's not. I think their percentage is probably a lot higher than other shows.
Makes sense because they are trying to put them in real life scenarios,
Right, and like
to allow them to build an actual life
Right.
together, unlike every other dating show that is.
right. My issue with Love Is Blind is they just churn out. They're filming. They've got to be filming 3 to 4 seasons a year.
Right, which I think is part of the reason why the contestants are like unionizing because they
Yeah, there's so many of them.
and I think there were a couple that committed suicide because there were so many issues with production that
It's like I watched the first couple seasons, then I blinked and we're on season like 9 or something like
Wow.
that. Like they're filming them concurrently so they can
Of
just
course.
keep putting them out, which also means that they're not improving quickly
Upon the- yeah.
because it's not like it's just not I don't know. I have
not
a lot of
well-made TV.
criticisms
Yeah,
on Love
sure,
is Blind,
sure.
but they really do keep these people in terrible conditions
Right.
and drunk. And I know in this latest season was in Denver, so there were a lot of there was a lot of weed involved.
Sure.
And they're really capitalizing on people being intoxicated, which is unethical and
Sure.
another social experiment. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I just think that do you know if there was like alcohol involved in Joe Millionaire?
I'm sure there was like because they had this whole fantasy of this man being
Right.
a multimillionaire, like all of their dates were, and it was filmed
Probably-
in this chateau in Paris, in France. So like some of their dates were in Paris and in
very
like random
fancy,
locations,
yeah.
like they were flying in private jets.
Whereas like The Bachelor breeds on getting women drunk and watching what happens.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The more we do this podcast, the more I'm like, oh, reality TV is like really bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
kind of toxic.
yeah, yeah.
Again, like this is why the lying is why this one is on
Right.
my Mount Rushmore of
Yes.
of unhinged reality shows that
Yeah.
would not be able to be made today for
yeah.
social experiment reasons.
Right. Bachelor Pad,
Yeah.
which is the one where they had financial. There were things that they did on that show that would absolutely never fly today.
Sure.
Like there was a game where they all like had the women turn around and the men had to throw stuff at them to answer questions. Like it'd be like, who do you hate the most? Who is the ugliest person in the room? And they all just started throwing it at one woman because they figured she was already being thrown at let's just all pile on her as opposed to hurting all of the women.
I feel like we shouldn't be throwing things at women.
Throwing things at women. We shouldn't be like talking about who's the ugliest.
Yeah.
100. I mean, like, God,
Not
where do you
great.
even start?
Not great.
And that show did not go much further.
Sure.
And the financial aspect of it definitely didn't help. Because it's skewed. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think that you can have the two in the same, like, oh, if these two people end up together, you also get $1 million. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just don't know that
Like it's
it
just,
doesn't.
it's
it doesn't,
not set up.
It's not conducive for
you're
success.
just going to say yes to get the $1 million and
right.
not, and then you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
you'll go your separate ways
Right.
after that because you know you have the money.
Right. Exactly. Take the money and run. What's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's it for this case file. We got plenty more where that came from. Scroll our feed and pick your poison. Follow Reality Bombshell wherever you get your podcasts and tap the automatic download button so you don't miss the next episode. Our theme song is by Isaac Tobe. Our logo is by Tim Schoolds. You've been listening to Reality Bombshell. I've been Ben.
I'm Ariel. Bombs away.
Reality Bombshell.